You're being played. Right now, as you read this, you're following a set of rules designed to keep you weak. They handed you these rules when you were young. Be nice, be open, share everything, always help others. Turn the other cheek. These aren't rules for winners. These are rules for sheep. 500 years ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli saw through the lie. He wrote about power, real power, not the fairy tale version they teach in school. He understood something most people never will. Respect isn't given freely. It's earned through strength. It's kept through fear. It's lost through weakness. Most men walk through life wondering why nobody listens to them, why their boss ignores them, why their friends take advantage of them, why women lose interest. They think it's bad luck. They think it's unfair. They're wrong. The problem isn't the world. The problem is them. They're committing sins against their own power. 7 specific sins that destroy respect without them even knowing it. Today, you learn what these sins are. You learn how the game really works. Not the game they taught you in school, the real game. The one where nice guys finish last and quiet confidence wins everything. This isn't about being cruel. This isn't about hurting people. This is about understanding that in a world where everyone wants to use you, you need to protect yourself. You need to become someone who can't be used. Respect is your invisible throne. From this throne, you rule your own life. People listen when you speak. They think twice before crossing you. They value your time because you've made it valuable. But this throne can be destroyed, piece by piece, word by word, choice by choice. Most men destroy it with their own hands while thinking they're being good people. The world is watching. Every conversation, every reaction, every decision. They're deciding whether you're someone to respect or someone to use, whether you're a player or a pawn. Machiavelli knew this game. He wrote the rules down, but they buried his real message under centuries of lies about what makes a man powerful. Today, we dig up the truth. Chapter 2. The disease of unfiltered honesty. They told you honesty is always good. They lied. Unfiltered honesty is a loaded gun you hand to your enemies. Every time you reveal your plans, your fears, your weaknesses, you give others the tools to destroy you. The honest man thinks he's building trust. He's actually building his own prison. Look around you. Who has real power? Politicians, CEOs, the wealthy. Do they tell you everything they think? Do they share their strategies? Do they confess their insecurities? Never. They speak in riddles. They hide their intentions. They let others guess what they're thinking. This isn't deception. This is survival. When you tell someone your business plans, you create competition. When you share your insecurities, you arm your critics. When you reveal your every thought, you become predictable. Predictable people get controlled. The powerful man speaks when it serves him. He stays silent when silence serves him better. He understands that words are weapons, and you don't hand weapons to people who might use them against you. Think about the last time someone used your own words against you. Remember how it felt? You gave them the ammunition. You loaded the gun. You pulled the trigger. People will test you. They'll ask personal questions. They'll want to know your plans. They'll act like friends while gathering information to use later. The weak man tells them everything. The strong man tells them nothing useful. This doesn't mean you lie. It means you control what you share. Your business is your business. Your plans are your plans. Your struggles are your struggles. Not everyone deserves access to these things. Women especially test this. They'll ask what you're thinking. They'll want to know your feelings. The weak man spills everything. thinking it brings them closer. The strong man keeps his mystery. He lets her wonder. He lets her guess. The same applies to work, to friendships, to family. Information is power. When you give away information freely, you give away power. Start watching what you say. Start asking yourself, does this person need to know this? Will sharing this help me or hurt me? Am I speaking from strength or from a need to be understood? The strong man doesn't need to be understood. He needs to be respected. And respect comes from mystery, not from transparency. Your thoughts are your kingdom. Don't let everyone walk through the gates. Chapter 3. The plague of excessive availability. You answer every text immediately. You accept every invitation. You drop everything when someone asks for help. You think this makes you a good person. It makes you worthless. Anything that's always available becomes common. Water is essential, but it's cheap because it's everywhere. Gold is valuable because it's rare. Your time should be gold, not water. When you're always available, you train people to take you for granted. Your presence becomes background noise. Your absence isn't noticed because it never happens. You become furniture in other people's lives. The man who's always there is never truly valued. His time has no price because he gives it away for free. His attention has no weight because it's constantly divided. His presence has no impact because it's constant. Scarcity creates value. When something is hard to get, people want it more. When someone is difficult to reach, their response carries more weight. When you guard your time carefully, an invitation becomes an honor. Look at the most respected people you know. Are they always available? Do they answer every call immediately? Do they show up to every gathering? No, they're selective. Their time is protected. Getting access to them feels special. This isn't about playing games. This is about understanding basic human psychology. We value what we can't easily have. We chase what runs away. We ignore what chases us. The always available man becomes the backup plan, the safe option, the one people call when their first choice isn't available. He's reliable, but not respected. Useful, but not valued. Women especially notice this. The man who's always free, always ready to hang out, always available to talk, he becomes boring, predictable, safe. Safety doesn't create attraction. Mystery does. Challenge does. Start protecting your time like it's money. Because it is. It's the only thing you can never get back. Stop answering every text immediately. Let people wait, not to be cruel, but to show that your time has value. Stop accepting every invitation. Be selective. Show up when it matters. Miss some things? Let people notice your absence. Stop dropping everything for others unless it's truly important. Have your own priorities, your own schedule, your own life that doesn't revolve around being useful to everyone else. When you become harder to reach, your words carry more weight. When your time is guarded, people appreciate it more. When your presence is a choice, not a given, it becomes powerful. Make yourself scarce. Let people miss you. Let them wonder what you're doing. Let them work for your attention instead of expecting it. Chapter 4. The folly of seeking public validation. You post your achievements online. You fish for compliments. You change your opinions to match the crowd. You need applause like a drug. This makes you weak. When you seek validation from others, you hand them the power to judge you. You make them the kings of your self-worth. You become a slave to their changing moods and opinions. The man who needs praise from others has no confidence in himself. He's outsourced his self-esteem to strangers. He's made his value dependent on their approval. This is dangerous because crowds are fickle. They love you today and hate you tomorrow. True power comes from self-validation. The powerful man knows his worth. He doesn't need others to confirm it. He moves with purpose that comes from within, not from external applause. When you chase validation, you reveal insecurity. You're telling the world, "I'm not sure if I'm good enough. Please tell me I am." This neediness repels people. It makes you appear weak and uncertain. People are attracted to confidence, not neediness. They respect the man who doesn't need their approval. They're drawn to someone who seems complete without them. This creates mystery and intrigue. The validation seeker performs for others. He changes his behavior based on the audience. He's different in every room because he's trying to please everyone. This makes him fake. People sense this and lose respect for him. The self-validated man is the same everywhere. He has principles that don't change based on who's watching. He speaks his mind regardless of popular opinion. This consistency makes him trustworthy and powerful. Social media has made this worse. Everyone's performing for likes and comments. They're broadcasting their lives for strangers' approval. They're addicted to the dopamine hit of digital validation. But likes don't pay bills. Comments don't build character. Followers don't create real relationships. You're wasting time and energy on meaningless numbers while your real life suffers. Stop performing for others. Start living for yourself. Make decisions based on your values, not on what will get the most approval. Speak your truth even when it's unpopular. Stand firm in your beliefs, even when others disagree. The man who doesn't need the crowd's approval becomes magnetic. People wonder what makes him so confident. They're curious about his secret. They want to understand his source of power. Be your own judge. Set your own standards. Validate your own achievements. Let others debate your worth while you focus on increasing it. Chapter 5. The weakness of public complaints. You complain about your boss. You complain about the weather. You complain about politics. You complain about traffic. With every complaint, you announce to the world, "I am powerless." Complaining is the language of victims. It's the sound of someone who's given up control of their life. It's admission that you're being acted upon instead of acting. This destroys respect faster than almost anything else. Nobody wants to follow a complainer. Nobody wants to be around someone who constantly focuses on problems without offering solutions. Complainers drain energy from rooms. They spread negativity like a disease. The complainer believes he's sharing his struggles and building connection. He's actually building a reputation as someone who can't handle life. He's marking himself as weak and ineffective. Powerful people don't complain. They solve problems or accept what they can't change. They understand that complaining changes nothing except how others see them. They'd rather be seen as strong than get sympathy for being weak. When you complain, you also reveal your weaknesses. You tell people exactly what bothers you. This gives them power over you. They know which buttons to push to upset you. They know your pressure points. The chronic complainer becomes known for his problems, not his solutions. People avoid him because he brings down the mood. Opportunities pass him by because nobody wants to work with someone negative. Women especially dislike complainers. The man who constantly talks about his problems seems unable to handle life. He appears weak and unreliable. He's not someone they can depend on or respect. Instead of complaining, focus on solutions. If something bothers you, fix it or accept it. Don't waste time and energy broadcasting your dissatisfaction to people who can't or won't help. When someone asks how you're doing, don't list your problems. Give a brief, positive response and move on. Keep your struggles private. Handle them quietly and efficiently. If you must discuss problems, do it strategically, with people who can help, in private, with a focus on solutions, not just venting. Turn complaints into action plans. The strong man endures difficulty in silence. He handles problems without announcing them. He focuses on moving forward, not looking back. This quiet strength commands respect. Stop complaining. Start solving. Stop announcing your problems. Start demonstrating your ability to handle them. This shift in behavior will change how people see you and how you see yourself. Chapter 6. The Trap of Over-Apologizing. You say sorry for everything. Sorry for asking questions. Sorry for taking up space. Sorry for having opinions. Sorry for existing. Each unnecessary apology weakens you. Apologizing should be rare and meaningful. It should happen when you've actually done something wrong that needs correction. When you apologize for everything, you train people to see you as constantly wrong. The over-apologizer appears weak and uncertain. He seems to believe he doesn't deserve to take up space or have opinions. He apologizes for his own existence. This makes others uncomfortable and loses their respect. When you apologize unnecessarily, you lower your status. You put yourself beneath others. You suggest that your presence, opinions, or needs are inherently wrong or burdensome. This becomes a habit that's hard to break. You start apologizing automatically for bumping into people who bumped into you, for speaking when you have something valuable to say, for asking reasonable questions. Others begin to expect these apologies. They become comfortable with you taking blame and responsibility for things that aren't your fault. You become the group's designated scapegoat. Women lose respect for men who over-apologize. It signals insecurity and weakness. The man who's constantly sorry appears unable to stand up for himself. He seems like he'd be unable to protect her or lead a relationship. In business, over-apologizing destroys credibility. Colleagues and bosses see you as someone who lacks confidence in his ideas and actions. You appear incompetent even when you're not. The powerful man apologizes only when he's genuinely wrong about something important. His apologies carry weight because they're rare. When he says sorry, people know he means it. For minor social situations, use other words. Excuse me instead of sorry when walking past someone. Thank you for waiting instead of sorry I'm late. These alternatives don't diminish your status. Most of the time, say nothing at all. Don't apologize for asking questions. Just ask them. Don't apologize for having needs. Just state them. Don't apologize for taking up space. Just take it. Start catching yourself when you automatically say sorry. Ask, did I actually do something wrong? Is this apology necessary? Am I taking blame for something that isn't my fault? Reserve your apologies for real mistakes that matter. Make them count. Let people know that when you say sorry, it means something significant happened. Stand tall, speak clearly, take up space, have opinions, ask questions, exist without apology. This confidence will command respect. Chapter 7. The Poison of Emotional Volatility. You explode in anger over small things. You get visibly upset by minor setbacks. You show every emotion on your face. You're an open book of feelings. This makes you controllable. The emotionally volatile man is easy to manipulate. Others know exactly how to upset him, please him, or control him. They push his buttons and watch him dance. He's predictable in his unpredictability. Emotional control is power. When you master your emotions, you become unreadable. People can't tell what you're thinking or feeling. They can't predict your reactions. This uncertainty makes them cautious around you. The man who loses his temper makes poor decisions. Anger clouds judgment. Fear paralyzes action. Excessive joy leads to carelessness. Your emotions become weapons others use against you. In business, Emotional volatility destroys credibility. Nobody wants to work with someone who might explode at any moment. Colleagues lose trust in your judgment. Bosses question your leadership ability. Women lose attraction to emotionally unstable men. They want someone who can stay calm under pressure. Someone who won't break down when life gets difficult. Someone who can protect and lead. Not someone who needs protection from his own emotions. The powerful man maintains composure regardless of circumstances. He might feel anger, fear, or excitement, but he doesn't show it. He processes emotions internally and responds rationally. This doesn't mean becoming emotionless. It means choosing when and how to express emotions. It means not letting feelings override logic. It means staying in control of yourself so you can control situations. Emotional discipline is like physical fitness. It requires practice and consistency. You train yourself to pause before reacting, to think before speaking, to choose your responses instead of being controlled by impulses. Start small. When someone cuts you off in traffic, don't curse or gesture. When you receive bad news, don't immediately react. When something goes wrong, take a breath before responding. Practice the poker face. Keep your expression neutral in meetings, negotiations, and conflicts. Don't give away your thoughts through facial expressions or body language. Learn to compartmentalize. Deal with personal problems privately. Don't bring emotional baggage into professional situations. Keep different areas of your life separate. The emotionally controlled man becomes a mystery. Others can't read him easily. They respect his consistency and reliability. They trust his judgment because it's not clouded by emotion. Master your internal world, and you'll master your external world. Control your emotions, and you'll control your destiny. Chapter 8. The Surrender of Needless Explanations. You make a decision, then immediately explain it to everyone. You justify your choices to people who don't matter. You defend your actions to those who have no authority over you. This weakens your position. When you explain unnecessary details, you invite debate. You turn firm decisions into soft suggestions. You ask for approval after the fact. You appear uncertain about your own judgment. The powerful man makes decisions and implements them. He doesn't seek permission from those who have no authority. He doesn't justify his choices to those who aren't affected. His actions speak for themselves. Explanations should be reserved for those who have a right to know. Your boss, your investors, your family, people who are directly impacted by your decisions. Everyone else gets the result, not the reasoning. When you over-explain, you reveal insecurity. You're essentially saying, "I hope my decision is acceptable to you. Please approve so I can feel confident about it." This gives others power over your choices. The man who constantly justifies his actions appears weak and uncertain. He seems to doubt his own judgment. Others begin to doubt it too. They question his decisions because he's shown they're questionable. In relationships, over-explaining destroys attraction. The man who justifies every choice to his partner appears weak and indecisive. He's seeking permission instead of leading. Women lose respect for men who need constant approval. At work, unnecessary explanations make you appear insecure about your competence. Colleagues begin to question your decisions because you're constantly questioning them yourself. Sometimes, silence is the strongest response. When you make a choice, stick to it. Let others adjust to your decision, rather than trying to convince them it's right. If you must speak, state the decision clearly and move on. Don't provide a detailed breakdown of your thought process unless specifically asked by someone with authority. This doesn't apply to important decisions that affect others significantly. Those require communication and sometimes consultation. But daily choices, personal decisions, and minor work matters don't need lengthy explanations. Start practicing this immediately. Make choices and implement them without seeking validation. Notice how differently people respond when you stop asking for approval. The unexplained decision carries more weight than the thoroughly justified one. It suggests confidence and authority. It shows you're comfortable with your judgment. Act decisively. Speak when necessary. Explain when required. But don't surrender your authority by constantly seeking approval for choices that are yours to make. These are the 7 sins that destroy respect. Telling everyone everything about yourself. Being available to everyone all the time. Needing praise and approval from others. Complaining about your problems publicly. Apologizing for things that aren't your fault. Showing every emotion on your sleeve. Explaining every decision to everyone. Each sin makes you weaker. Each sin gives others power over you. Each sin moves you further from the throne of respect and closer to the position of pawn. The world taught you these behaviors were good. They told you honesty, availability, humility, sharing, apologizing, expressing emotions, and explaining yourself were virtues. They lied. These aren't virtues for the powerful. These are tools of control used by the powerful to keep others weak. They make you manageable, predictable, and controllable. Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago. The real world operates on different rules than the ones they teach in school. Power, influence, and respect are earned through strength, not through being nice. This doesn't mean becoming cruel or heartless. It means becoming strategic. It means protecting yourself in a world where everyone wants to use you. It means understanding that respect is earned, not given. The man who avoids these 7 sins becomes dangerous. Not dangerous to innocent people, but dangerous to those who would manipulate him. He becomes someone who can't be easily controlled or predicted. He speaks carefully and listens more. He guards his time and makes his presence valuable. He validates himself and doesn't need others' approval. He solves problems instead of broadcasting them. He apologizes only when truly wrong. He controls his emotions instead of being controlled by them. He makes decisions and stands by them without needing everyone's permission. This man commands respect without demanding it. People listen when he speaks because he doesn't speak often. They value his time because he makes it valuable. They respect his decisions because he makes them with confidence. The choice is yours. You can continue following the rules they gave you, the rules that keep you weak and manageable. Or you can start playing by the real rules, the rules that build power and command respect. Watch the people around you. Notice who follows these 7 sins and how others treat them. Notice who avoids them and how much more respect they command. Start small, pick one sin and work on eliminating it. Notice how people respond differently. Feel the shift in your own confidence and power. The world is a game. The people who know the real rules win. The people who follow the fake rules lose. You now know the real rules. The throne of respect is waiting. The only question is whether you're strong enough to claim it.